Greetings, I am Liz.
And Scandal.
And let's grow a garden
together.
together. Okay, so we had this really, really fun comment actually from Palm TV who shared with us that when they first heard the name of our channel, they thought it was Liz and Sandal. And it's like this woman talks to her sandal. So I'm just like, we are Liz and Sandal.
Hello! I am Sandal.
And I'm Liz. Woo! And I'm going to have an existential crisis talking to my Sandal. Sandal, you are my only friend.
It's okay. I'm here to support you.
So see, this is this is an open you to possibilities. Anyway, I was like, so this is the anime where the sandal is anthropomorphic, and I use it as my emotional support.
Does that
system.
make us like kill with kill?
It might
I
be.
am the clothing that
You are the
supports
clothing
you.
that supports me. Yes.
All right,
guys.
cool.
Here we go. All right, choose Desert Centerpiece. They're from all the things that Aunt Mary owned, and we'll just leave 2 of them in storage somewhere because we took all of our storage away.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, we're almost done here. I think it looks pretty cool.
It reminds me of that movie about the mummy.
You mean The Mummy?
The Mummy?
Yes! Now, kids will absolutely do this. Adults will do this. Is that why you had that 70s show? You're going, the movie with the mummy. And someone goes, The Mummy? And you're like, yes!
That one!
That one.
Yes!
Damn it.
That show about the 70s. The
Right?
70s
The
show?
70s show?
Yeah.
Okay. You mean The Mummy?
Yes!
Except for there were very few plants of this type in that movie from what I've seen. If it's the Brendan Fraser one, it's fine.
The Brendan Fraser one is amazing by the goddamn way. Like, maybe?
What?
What?
No, that doesn't feel like stuff your dad does at all. He's actually seemed very agreeable with Lily. Generally, they have not discussed or talked about factual things at all, ever, that I remember. They didn't go Elvis versus Abbott Costello. Like, they really haven't done these. This style of conversation does not feel like something Lily has done with Luke to me. And if I'm missing it, and they've done this a lot, and I just don't remember, it doesn't feel like it.
Again, this stupid thing of just being like, wow, you're a dumbass like your dad. I don't like it. Like, I get where sometimes people are like, oh my god, I can see familiarities, but what bothers me most of all is it still, to me, calls back to the fact that Lily still has been aggressive towards Luke, has basically told him off for being the intelligent she doesn't like.
And
like,
she's
she
also,
doesn't
like-
seem to like it. It actually seems to annoy her, frustrate her, and give her actually a lot of grief.
And she has confirmed a couple of times that she thinks he's dumb. Like, in that moment, and based on it going, oh, you said it, not me, kind of thing. Going,
Right?
she thinks he's dumb. And that is not
He's
an endearing...
unintelligent.
That is not an endearing quality. Like, in the sense of going, I'm looking for a partner of you're just dumb. Unless it's what makes her feel like a person and successful is going, I need to caretake for someone.
Or-
someone who can't do things on their own, in my opinion.
I was also going to say, especially considering that we've headcanoned that she's basically super traumatized throughout her life, she might be basically looking for, and I hate to put it this way, basically a harmless man.
Yep, someone who's less dangerous.
He's just big, dumb, and stupid, and you just gotta love big, dumb,
I just
and
need
stupid.
a great giant himbo who will hang out with me and take care of me. Not that himbos are bad at all. But that sort of stereotype of him going, I don't know what's going on, but I love you. You, perfect.
And while I get that it can be funny sometimes in fiction, sometimes it also gets really frustrating for me in a fictional setting too, where you're just like, this doesn't feel cute. Because the character also, Lily, like I said, Lily seems frustrated by it.
She does.
It really does obnoxiously get in
When
the
it
way.
shows up.
Now, if this was a different story, where it would be like, she's clearly fine with it, I think you and I would both have a slightly different reaction.
So
now,
it's the
it would still
experience
bother, I think, both of us, but it would be very different because she would be having a different experience.
I kind of want to let go, in Emperor's New Groove, you have Kronk. Kronk is essentially a himbo.
Yes.
Right? I mean, Yzma has hired him to be a muscle himbo.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
She wants him to be stupid and
He
hot.
is-
That's the point of him, right? He is stupid and hot, and that is the whole point of his character. Now, he develops from there, but the thing is that's your quintessential himbo. Now, if you have someone that meets him and just thinks it's charming, endearing, fun, a la the second movie,
Right.
then it's no problem. However, they did make him a bit smarter then. But at the same time going, if when your intended partner or partner makes a dumbass mistake and you just find it endearing, charming, or validating of that, I know that person, I know who they are, and I feel why that happens, then sure, good. But if they do it and you start finding it irritating, frustrating, annoying, that is not a good match.
Right.
Like, there was an experience when I was younger where one of my mom's friends married someone who mostly spoke Spanish, and he didn't speak any Spanish, right? And he just kept saying it was so cute and so charming, but about 6 months in, he's like, we just don't understand each other. It's just so frustrating. She just won't learn the language. But that wasn't something they discussed before their marriage. It wasn't something they'd arranged as far as like classes or instruction. He was not a teacher, and he also wasn't learning her language. And so this thing that was cute and adorable when he wasn't needing her to be a functioning part of his life then became something that was a barrier to success as a partnership doing real life things.
I was going to say that thing actually that happens actually a lot in dating, where people are, in my experience, typically not dating as themselves. They're dating as typically an ideal version of themselves, or basically somebody that they're going, this is me putting my best foot forward, and then once we're done with the dating, oh boy, I finally got married, now I can finally be myself. So there's a terrible joke, and I don't like it, but I feel like it kind of illustrates a point of being like, once you got married, you get the dad bod, right? Because you went, I didn't have to try anymore. And it's like, well, I thought you were doing that because you liked it, not because you were trying to get laid, not because you were trying to get a partner. I thought you were basically, it's like, why are you lying so much? Why are people so desperately lying?
On the other hand,
to themselves?
There could be that one, and there can also be the experience of going, I will forgive all kinds of ills, if you will, of whoever I'm interested in, because I'm trying to get together with them.
Right?
And the thing is there's part of your brain that assumes, one, these things will go away, or two, they'll continue to be cute, or they just won't be relevant, because what you're thinking about is dating, not about actually being a functioning
with a person,
couple.
yes.
So a lot of times when people are thinking about dating, they are literally thinking about dating. They're not thinking about this person helping them pay bills and living in their house and division of chores and going to social events together. They're literally thinking about, you will fill this lonely space in my life and the space of, dating companion.
Right.
And they're not thinking, again, about all of these other things. So it's sort of like raising a child as a child instead of a child to be an adult.
Right.
You're dating to date, not to make a bigger relationship. And then when you move to the bigger relationship, but you're still dating, and you still have the dating behavior because you've never discussed the movement to these bigger things, or to these more consequential things, then it can sort of tear your relationship apart. And you go, well, what happened? Everything changed. It's like, no, it didn't change. You added a whole bunch more variables, because suddenly now you're living together, suddenly now you have chores, suddenly you now have food division, suddenly you now have work schedules and things that aren't just, I'll call you and see when you're available and we can try and hang out.
Right, which is very different. Holy
cow.
You
can come over for the weekend and we'll just have a lot of sex, because I can't do that all the time, because, if I'm living with you, I have to schedule my whole life around it. But if I come stay with you, it's a sort of vacay thing.
Right?
And so I have a different behavior.
Where people are like, oh my God, we used to have sex all the time. And then suddenly you live with them and they're like, why aren't we having sex all the time? It's like, because when I saw you is when we did it, when we had time. Also, now that I'm around you all the time, guess what? We can't do that activity all the time, because if I got other things to do, / I see you all the time.
It's the difference between going away for something and being at your house. If you're at your house, every tiny project that you've ever needed to do is still right there.
Yes.
Even if you're like, we're taking the weekend off, for us, the dishes are in your face, the vacuuming is in your face, that squeaky board that you meant to fix is in your face, your unfinished art projects or your whips is in your face. Whatever you think you should be doing with the yard is in your face. You can't just ignore all of it. But if you leave, then often people do when they're dating from both of their environments, then you get this experience of, I don't have to do any of those things because they're not here to do.
Yes.
At any rate, you're so much like your dad.
That's offensive.
Okay, last bit. What do you think we should put here of the 3 artifacts that I have from my aunt that I will walk you over and show you somewhere?
In relation to the desert.
She had actual tiny pyramids. Those are freaking adorable.
They're very
why
cute.
Did you do? Okay, I had canon that Aunt Mary actually sawed the top off of some pyramids and brought them back with her, like that one art exhibit at the little piece of the mountain, the top of the British mountain.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious. She's got a tiny sphinx and dung beetle. Oh my God, it's a disco ball.
I want the dung beetle.
I do too, because it's not a knockoff artifact. This actually shows way more freaking personality. This is a knockoff artifact that's a weird rendition. This is basically a knockoff artifact that's teeny tiny going, we stole the Jumbotron! We stole the Statue of Liberty! The little one from Las Vegas.
Right.
This is the little one from Las Vegas.
Right.
This one, done. We got it. That has personality. Freaking personality. Yes! Thanks for the help, Karen. Now I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with those other 2 artifacts. I mean, if they even are artifacts, they're really just looking like weird knockoffs.
It's fascinating. You're welcome. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, because if she is trying deliberately to seem dumb and distant all the time, that'd be something to bring us in on as the reader. That's a fascinating looking dung beetle, by the way. Good job.
It's so wild. Egypt seems cool. I wonder if I would have been a pharaoh.
Possible.
It
would have depended on your lineage, because it was completely hereditary.
It's very true.
I think you needed to be Egyptian for that.
That was way more simplistic, but sure.
Sure, basically.
Well,
sure.
I think I would have been a pharaoh at the time. It would have been very different. It's true. Mom says anything is possible if you put your mind to it.
And if you time travel, then probably you could have been a pharaoh, because they will be very surprised to see you.
They might be. But also, you might not, because you are so culturally unaware, they might just kill you.
Don't just directly contradict people's parents when you are not close to them and you're a total stranger to them. Like, if you're going to, be like, that's not what I think. Not sure, but maybe not that.
I mean,
there's
that
a way,
is still, but maybe not that. Like,
no, the thing is she's going, sure, but she's immediately going, sure, your mom says that.
Oh,
but
right,
no.
right.
So she's immediately validating what Karen's mom says.
It's one of those grammatical things in the English language as far as we understand it, right?
Whenever
you say but, you completely invalidate anything that really came before it for the most part. Like, there are very few scenarios where you say, but this thing and this thing.
But it still includes the thing before,
right.
Where you can say, I love that shirt, but.
Right.
And so the I love that shirt, which would normally mean I want it, I'm going to wear it, I'm going to engage with it. The but says none of those things apply because of the but.
Yes.
So if someone goes, I like you, but, it means whatever would normally come along with I like you, would normally be assumed for that phrase, doesn't apply.
Right.
So in this case, if you're going to say, if you think someone's parent and authority figure is wrong, especially if they're a total ass stranger that you've had very little communication with and very little basically social building with, then one of the best things to say is, I don't really think that way. Tell them that it's your opinion, no, not really.
Right.
Like if your mom says the sky is blue because of aliens, cool. You could say, as far as I know, that is not the case. But you're not saying, no, that your mom's wrong.
Right.
Because the thing is their parent is their God. And even if their parent is blatantly, aggressively wrong, it doesn't make you look good or make you more accessible to that child to help them if you just tell them that their God is wrong.
Right.
And when I say their parent is their God, what I mean is like when your child, the way children look up to their parents is they have to believe them.
Right.
When you are young, you have to believe that your parents are what they say they are what they present themselves are. That is how your psychology works. And even when you get older, and the reason so many of us go, we have to continue interacting or feeling certain ways or having insecurities because of our parents, is because in our minds, our parents are the gold standard emotionally for what the world's like.
Right. Which is also, though, why a lot of people are trying to actually educate each other and going, when we're talking about kids and in how sensitive basically kids are, even for my own experiences, you really do kind of go, you don't need to be that. It's okay. You do not need to caretake for your parents. You do not need to be like basically under the influence of your parents. There's a lot of complexity that goes on there because guess what? Your parents aren't in fact God.
And they're not in fact perfect, and they know that. All right.
Some of them do.
Sure,
some of them do not.
Maybe not that. Some of them aren't willing to share it because they can't share it because they're too emotionally insecure because they don't know how to share it.
That's fair.
Oh, we've gotten a lot done. You've been a great help. Where's the monument for the Earth? I need to know.
It's kind of annoying, actually. Oh, thanks. I'm also kind of like, you picked a monument for Earth that was just kind of like, here's Earth. Are these just the locations that Aunt Mary went?
I guess. And so this is like the centerpiece of the garden because again, she said I was going to make a space for each one of the little artifacts that she has.
Right.
Like what I understood was that we were going to be making a space for each one of the things that she had brought back and showcase it in these little garden areas.
Right.
So I was waiting for the object that goes in the earth, like, you know, an airplane over the sky. Like that was what I was so waiting for, was a little airplane.
Right.
Like so hard.
A little bit of metal sculpture, you could get Luke to commission.
I would
commission Luke to do that.
Well, yeah, but she should have a thing.
I know.
Because we're doing a thing that she has somewhere. But you could get Luke to do it if she doesn't have something. Right? Well, she doesn't own the Amazon, but she does own this structure. Anyway.
Right? Is it okay if I pick a flower?
Only one. A singular one. You know what? You don't even need to pick a flower. Let me just summon one for you. It's fine. Sure. How come? Get a whole ass orange flower. Come on, giant orange flower.
For this!
Oh, no, that's cute. That is the wrong kind of flower for that
We
location.
didn't have...
We do not have
Oh, we
daisies
do.
in
Yeah,
there.
we do. I didn't even notice. We do have sunflowers, like of a type.
Or like little daisies or whatever. But the thing is we shouldn't have them there because they're not tropical.
Are they? I'm like, that's what like hanging in my brain going,
I don't think that is a
I don't think they
flower,
are either.
And I don't think we would have that
Now my
there.
brain is
But
breaking.
I was
going,
staring at that before and going, is that a tropical flower?
For this!
It's really cute. I didn't know you were into flowers.
I mean, it's not like I'm into them. I just think they're kind of cool now.
Right now, in this moment, because I approve of you. Well, I was thinking of making an Asian-themed garden here. Is that kind of cool? all of
Asia.
Themed is the entirety of Asia. It will be Korean, it will be Taiwanese, it will be Persian, it will be Japanese, it will be Chinese, it will be amazing. Everything in Asia.
I'm also like, okay, now I'm irritated.
Balinese.
So now I'm more irritated, I should say. Okay, so far we've had jungle. We've had
desert,
Egypt.
jungle, Egypt, and now Asia.
Asian. So one of the things, you notice there's a problem with the whole jungle moniker, which is why I was going, which jungle? And
there
now
are
we're
more
doing,
than one jungle.
And now we're doing Asian, which is more specific in that way, because that's an actual, like, potentially cultural ideal, right?
It could have been, wasn't it like jungle, desert, like Egypt? So it's just jungle and desert. You have two biomes, and one of them's now a country.
Right.
One of them's now a continent, basically.
Right, which is
the
also
Eurasian continent.
Well,
you know?
multiple basically like countries and also several continents.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
So
what?
That doesn't seem like this one's not a biome.
I don't understand what the theme is here at all. Like, that's incredibly confusing.
Also
like,
going,
this
again,
is the whole entirety of Asia.
I am curious
You're talking
what
about
they
Korea,
think.
you're talking about New Guinea, you're talking about Polynesia, you're talking about Siam, you're talking about, which is Thailand, you're talking about frickin' China, you're talking India, you're talking about Japan.
Yep. I'm like, what is Asia
Mongolia?
to you? Yep. It's okay. If they can put all of those in here, I will be duly impressed and I will rate this game 5 stars.
It will happen.
I will do it.
You know, also, if you guys want to listen to something that's really cool, go check out The Who, THE space HU. They're a Mongolian band, and they sound fantastic, and they do throat singing, and it's badass as all hell.
It's really cool. It's like it's sort of like a Mongolian, like, traditional, like, / rock mixed with, like, throat singing mixed with some light metal. Like, it's very cool.
Which I also love in that sense, too, because I felt like watching that band was another one of those cases of going, yes, people can adapt things to their own culture, and they keep going, and they also retain parts of their own culture. Please, J.K. Rowling, learn a goddamn lesson.
Yeah, well, and a lot of people who do that, when you move from basically a level of technology to another one, we completely abandon the other one. It's like, no, what we did was we made really cool-ass cozies for your Starbucks coffee cups out of our traditional, fiber work.
Though I will say there is no really level, so that, at least for me, like, speaking in terms of language, there's no level of tech, because we can't really say that this thing directly goes from this thing to this thing to this thing.
No, it isn't. There really isn't this is a more advanced
clear life,
start.
right? Which actually to me also starts showing.
You go from a bow to a gun.
You're like,
what?
No.
No, a bow and arrow does not lead to a gun specifically. And a wrist rocket isn't necessarily more or less than a bow or a slingshot. They're just different. Now you can say that a wrist rocket, which is a type of slingshot that is very directed and very, very controlled, is easier to use and therefore better than a slingshot, which requires more skill.
Right.
Because the more universal it is, the better it is. Sort of like a bunch of people using, pikes and maces instead of swords, which require a lot more training.
Right.
Anyway.
So we got to pull out the weeds, right?
Yeah, and then we can dig out a little pond. Because
Why?
all of Asia has ponds.
Constantly. Honestly, I would be really impressed if they picked, oh god, I cannot remember the name of it, but there's some really gorgeous pictures of basically there's sections in China where they have extremely sharp, pointy looking mountains. I cannot fucking remember what they're called, but they're gorgeous and amazing.
All right. I even saw a cute little footbridge in the hangar we can put over it. Okay, now we're actually going to talk about the monuments that are in the hangar and that we're using the monuments from the hangar, now.
Right.
We're going to try and connect Karen to this. And go, I even saw this in the hangar. Why didn't we talk about anything else that we were talking about
in the hangar, right?
All right.
Jeez, I thought it'd just be pulling weeds.
No, child, you are going to dig a pond.
Are we going to have a koi fish pond?
I don't know.
Koi fish need a lot of
weeds, a bridge,
space.
And an entire pond later. They did everything.
Oh god.
How is that an Asian bridge? Or rocks, or anything?
Footbridge? A footbridge. All footbridges, y'all heard it here first, are all inherently Asian.
They have to be, because this is supposed to be her Asia place. So they have to be. Her little footbridge has to be Asian. It's okay.
Oh, it's okay. We did it! What are the odds? That's
so
actually really
cute.
fucking funny.
Good job.
Good job.
See, it's fun. You should be laughing your ass off and be charmed.
That was so
Not
good.
Just being like, see, it's fun, right?
Good job, my child.
Well, you have learned.
Oh, yes, let me
Instead, you should be like,
yes!
Yeah. All right, I'm just Lily. You're not enough fun.
Maybe a little. You said this was going to be an Asian garden?
Yeah, but it's okay. The footbridge is.
Are we
going to
have something of her being like, my mom's background is actually Asian?
Yeah,
like, because to
maybe.
me, so again, I don't know. I am assuming.
But she looks Asian.
She does in that way of how American, basically, or potentially Canadian, I don't know. People from North America seem to draw Asians. Like, she seems to be from that sort of idea of conglomerate of Asians, which is incredibly, in its own way, kind of racist. But
it is like an art style that has formed to inform people this is the Asian when we're simplifying things.
Right.
Which again is a form of like aggressive oversimplification, but it's nonetheless a visual device that we can use. And anyway.
Yes!
Oh, yeah, Aunt Mary traveled there and did all kinds of stuff. She went to Japan, China, and Tibet. Are we gonna put all those in here?
Oh, Japan! Aha!
There it is!
Mom's Japanese! So are Oba-chan and Oji-chan.
Ah!
Yeah!
So is Grandma and Grandpa. Good job. Yes.
Oh, no.
What?
We just walked into that stereotype.
What?
Oh my God, her mom is a high performer, has high standards, is extremely demanding.
Tidy and demanding in particular.
My fucking God!
She's the overachieving Asian.
Oh my fucking God, we rocked right into that stereotype.
She's the overachieving Japanese.
Okay, anyway.
We're fine. Who are they?
Oh, right, that's what we call Grandma and Grandpa.
Yes. You're gonna have to tell me all about your family while we plant the garden.
Okay.
All right. So, guys.
My fucking God.
That's how we do it. That is who Rachel is.
Holy shit.
So we have Japanese American, and she's a really particular, high standards, high performer, little uptight,
she's
very
the model
put together.
minority. Wow. Holy fuck. Okay. Well, thank you very much, guys, then, for joining us.
My friend's mind has been blown.
If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, oh my fucking God, if you want to support us, please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon.
That'd be lovely.
We got some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal, and I'm a little scandalized.
Yeah, so my friend here is very scandalized, and I have been Lies. And it was great playing with you. Bye!